in the news is Joshua Barros.
Yes.
What's happening with him?
So that is a really tragic case involving a 37-year-old man who was arrested a few years ago on a drug charge. And during the booking process, he went into the bathroom and tried to hang himself, and so suffered a lack of oxygen that led to a profound brain injury. So he is not brain dead. He is what you would call minimally conscious or minimally responsive. So he does respond. He tries to speak. He smiles. He laughs. I've seen videos where he tries to sing along to a song. So he has times where he's definitely aware of his what's going on around him. But he does have a profound brain injury, and so he is not able to feed himself. So he requires a feeding tube for nutrition and hydration. And his wife has decided that she wants to now take him out of the nursing home where he's currently receiving care, take him to her home, and without food and water. So basically to dehydrate and starve him to death.
Good. That's the word.
Yeah, she wants to kill him. Yeah. And this case is so egregious because this is a couple that was in the middle of divorce proceedings when this injury happened. And I don't know if the suicide attempt had anything to do with it. I really have no idea, but it's just, so this is not a couple that was still really together in any sense of the word. The wife has since gone on. She's in another relationship or other relationships. I don't know. But she has definitely moved on. And yet she still wants to kill him. And we are representing this man's mother, who wants very much to have more time with her son. She visits with him regularly, typically through a Zoom call. She sees that he's responding to her and doesn't want him to be killed. I mean, it's so arbitrary.
So what can you do to help Joshua and his mom?
So we've gotten a local attorney involved, and we're working with that attorney who has filed basically a restraining order, or a motion to compel treatment. So right now, the judge has said that he has to continue to receive food and water until the next hearing, which is going to be next week. And then at that time, I don't know if these cases all proceed so differently. So it's really hard to say exactly what the judge is going to do next week. If the judge is going to, I know he's going to allow expert testimony, but I don't know what more is going to be done at that time. So obviously we are working towards and really praying that this judge will make this order permanent, that he will allow the mother to make this man's healthcare decisions as opposed to the spouse. And I have to say, this case is very, very much like the Terri Schiavo case and other cases that we've handled. And I don't know what it is, but in most of these cases, it's the spouse who wants to kill the patient and the family, either parents or siblings or both, who want to keep that patient alive. And I don't know what that says about the state of marriage in this country, but
yeah, I don't think the spouse has the right to take a life.
No, I don't think it should be illegal unless somebody, I mean, this is a relatively young man who does not have an advance directive in place. So he has not communicated to anybody what he wants. And so to take away food and water from a patient who has not authorized something like that in advance, I think is criminal. And in any other context, this would be a crime against humanity. We don't allow this in times of war. We don't allow prisoners of war to be killed through starvation and dehydration. It's horrific what is happening in this country, and with some regularity.
Well, over in Europe, they have euthanasia, something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what she's trying to do, euthanasia here?
Well, I wouldn't even say it's euthanasia, because euthanasia requires consent. Now, I'm opposed to euthanasia because I don't think people have the right. So it's kind of like slavery, if you will. There's certain things that people do not have a right to do, even with their own bodies. So you don't have a legal right, for example, to sell yourself into slavery. And you don't have a legal right to tell somebody to kill